Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In celebration of the new Aquaman movie that released on December 22nd, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, today I want to go ahead and do a review of Aquaman's Trident. And let me tell you, this thing is heavy. But as always, before we go right into the review, let's get right into the intro. Hit it! Okay, so before I begin, I purchased this item off an Etsy seller. The store is called The Count's Sword, and this was purchased back in 2021, where unfortunately this is no longer made, but I'm just so lucky to have this as part of my collection. So let's go ahead and open this up. So, taking off the lid here, it is well packaged. This came from Fabio, who lives in Italy, who handcrafts all of his replicas. So I was so happy to get my hands on this, as I did want a, close to replica copy of the Trident. And as you can see, it is absolutely beautiful and shiny. Now, this is real metal. And again, it is handcrafted, so I definitely always keep this in the box, and this is mainly for display purposes. Now, because it is made out of metal, this here probably weighs an easy, I would say 5 pounds, maybe just under 10. It is pretty heavy, but I just love it because it's so sturdy, it's durable, and this just looks absolutely awesome. All right, so now that I removed it out of the box, I put a nice little blanket down because, again, I don't want to scratch the table. This is metal, but as you can see, it's beautiful. Now, again, I haven't put it together just yet because it's not going to fit in the frame, but let's go over it. So again, this is made out of metal. It's 3 parts, simply connects by just twisting it into place, and you're pretty much good to go. So the assembly is pretty straightforward. In terms of what is on the Trident, as you can see, it does have some kind of scripture on there. And as I looked further into this, pardon me, to understand that, this here, when being created, at least by the directors of Aquaman, they wanted to pay homage to the original creators, and that is Paul and Mort. So what they did is they created Atlantean letters, because I don't think that exists, and this actually translates into Paul and Mort. So I thought that was a really nice homage to them. Apart from that, you can see here there is some more scriptures up here as well too, so I'm not sure if that's also part of this being the same thing or not, but I love it. I think it looks great. Now, this here is not sharp, but if you are to sharpen the edges, it can easily turn into a weapon, so I'm fairly careful with this. Again, I don't bring this out. I've brought it with me when I went out for Halloween, for example, and it's definitely a great conversation starter, but most conventions won't allow you to bring this in due to the fact that it could be considered a weapon. But anyways, it'll just mainly stay on my shelf, not on my shelf, but pretty much up against the wall on display. Now, the last thing I want to put out there, because I didn't know too much about this Trident until I saw the Aquaman movie, but the Trident, for those that don't know, the Trident of Atlan, also known as a Sacred Trident, is an ancient Atlantean relic forged for and originally wielded by the ancient king of Atlantis. Hence why Aquaman goes to discover this so they can become extremely powerful. And that's how he gets all his big powers at the end and wins, of course. Now, let me go ahead and put this together just so you can see how long this is, and we'll go from there. All right, so please don't mind the microphone. I just want to make sure you hear me from the distance that I'm showing you the Trident from. But here is the Trident. As you can see, it's fairly good size altogether. This, once I measured, it comes out to about 70 inches. Just for size comparison, I'm about 5'8", 5'8" inches. And if I put it from the ground up to where I am right now, you can see that it's just above my head, right there. So it is in proportion to 1-to-1 scale, which I do love. And again, it definitely has some weight to it. It's about, I would say, like 5 pounds, 5 to 10 pounds, but it definitely has some weight to it for sure. And I have to say, just holding this in my hand, I feel so powerful. For me, it looks like a movie replica. It feels like this could be on the actual set. So I'm just so thankful that I was able to get this before they stopped making it. And I think this was probably the only one they had for sale. And I don't think they made other ones. And I think because I bought it, that was pretty much the end of it. But you know what, I have to say, this is absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to go see the new movie in theaters. Maybe I'll bring this with me.
JK, just joking.
Alright, so that brings you to the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed my review of the AQUAMAN Trident. And if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Either way, I'll see all of you next week. Until then, see you later.